It's just a great movie.
An essential. I have to say, I love this movie, particularly the first part, though. When it gets into the horse race and all of that, it doesn't quite keep the same magic that the first part, and I'm so glad that in the credits at the end, they go back to him with his horse, riding and, you know, frolicking and all of that kind of thing. I thought, because it brought back then the first part of the movie again so much.
You're right. That is the magic of the film. But I do love, particularly when the race starts. Like, that's when it really grabs me back. And I love Kelly Reno, the boy's outfit, with that great black tassel coming out of his hat. And when he's in the fervor of the race, that he just rips off his mask and hat and goes back to that freedom. And they actually bring that footage back into the race. Him bareback riding.
Right.
I mean, I can't. It's just, there's somehow him riding that horse.
You're tearing up again.
I know. It just, it affects me because him riding that horse in that setting, the way it was shot, I think captures something about the freedom and the joy that human beings can actually get to in life perfectly on film. It's like a feeling conveyed through cinema that I think is like one of the reasons we love living, is to achieve that moment. And I thought that this film was such a like big introduction to me about you should try to achieve that feeling in life. It's so beautiful.
We also have to give credit to Francis Ford Coppola, because he produced it. He was going to direct it, but he was busy with his other projects, and so he turned it over to Carol Ballard to do it, who is basically a cinematographer. So he had that eye as well.
He handled it so perfectly, and he didn't make that many movies. He did, you know, I'll Fly Away.
Carol Ballard we're talking about, yeah. Because he was basically one of the great cinematographers.
I would have loved to have seen more from him, and I would love...
I think he preferred photographing films more than directing them.
Well, he just did a perfect job with this film.
Yeah, he really did. And Terry Garr was very good in what she had to do.
Yeah, and again, she was very understated and internal. Yeah. A great performance about a mother.
Because it was right for this. And as Terry Garr can be so daffy and so fun and all that, as she was in Tootsie and other films, but she knew that wasn't right for this. And so she has the talent to bring it down to what's needed.
Yeah. I love the scene between her and her son when she just doesn't know if she should let him race. And you're just so equally on both of their sides and so equally see both of their points.
Yeah.
Her concern for his safety and his desire to go out and do this. I just love this movie.
But you made the right decision, I think.
I do too.
Yes. Yeah, I love it too, and I love your enthusiasm about it. Stay with us. Here's a preview of what we have next week on The Essentials. Bus Stop, 1956. To me, this movie is an essential for one reason, and that's Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe handpicked Joshua Logan to direct this film.
The supporting cast in this film is one of the best.
The nature between men and women really comes alive to me in this film.
From 1956, Bus Stop. That's next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can find out more at tcm.com. Thanks for joining us for The Essentials.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Dan O'Herlihy makes the best of a land-loving situation in The Adventures of Robinson Crusoe. Then a plane crash leaves a group of boys buzzing in Lord of the Flies. And island life leads to psychedelic strife for an American hippie in Israel.